Hello, my name is Alayna Guzzi, and I am a biology major at the California University of Pennsylvania. I am also a proud member of the University Honors Program. This semester, in my Honors Composition 2 class, we have been analyzing the origin and function of humor with various different mediums and time periods. In this project, I have set out to explore the origin, function, and style of the humor found on Tumblr, as well as to answer the question, what effect does mental health related humor on Tumblr have on its users? Tumblr is a social media app and website which is popular among people of the age range of 14 to 30. Tumblr is a blogging format where users may create their own blog and follow other blogs. Users have the option to add tags to their post, which is a word or phrase associated with the content following a hashtag symbol. Its intended use is to allow other users to find content that they enjoy. Tumblr measures the popularity of posts by notes, which is a combination of how many times the post is liked, reblogged, replied to, or commented on. Notes do not measure how many times the post is viewed. Unlike many other social media sites, many users on Tumblr choose to remain anonymous, which may influence the user's willingness to share mental health related content, which generally has a negative stigma associated with it. Today, I will be analyzing mental health related, non-benevolent humor style posts whose origin can be viewed through relief theory and effects through the identification function. Paola Grimigni categorized 4 humor styles into 2 major groupings, benevolent humor styles and non-benevolent humor styles. Today, I will be analyzing Tumblr posts depicting non-benevolent humor. Aggressive and self-defeating humor are both designated as non-benevolent humor styles. Many studies have suggested that there is a correlation between non-benevolent humor styles and one's mental health state. Non-benevolent humor styles are often used to tease, mock, or ridicule oneself or others. Aggressive and self-defeating humor is associated with higher levels of aggression, anxiety, depression, hostility, an increase in low self-esteem, and even more psychiatric symptoms. The humor within the posts I have analyzed can be viewed from the perspective of relief theory. Relief theory can be explained as humor originating from a tense situation, which is then diffused by laughter. This laughter may be stimulated by the sudden increasing or decreasing of this tension. Many different effects of humor have been studied, including their unifying and dividing nature. Content may be viewed through the identification function when a user relates to humorous content and feels emotionally or symbolically closer or unified with the author of the content. The first post I analyzed is from a popular crossover episode of The Simpsons and Family Guy, which is titled The Simpsons Guy. The screenshot is taken immediately after the viewer witnesses Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson dramatically fighting at the wheel of a school bus. In the midst of the fight on the bus, the focus is shifted to Ralph in the back, who chuckles and says his iconic line, "I'm in danger." On the top of the screenshot, it's captioned with the words, "When I am alone with my thoughts." A user with anxiety or depression may feel negatively towards being alone, and therefore be filled with tension at the words captioning this image. When viewing the image of Ralph, if they find the user's comparison of themselves when alone to Ralph's nonsensical and foolhardy character humorous, and this humor alleviates their original tension, then they have viewed the humor through the scope of relief theory. Through this perspective, they are disregarding the connection between the two phrases, "when I am alone with my thoughts" and "I'm in danger," which suggests that the user feels as though they are a danger to themselves when alone. The style of humor observed can be described as non-benevolent and self-defeating. By comparing themselves to Ralph, the author may be suggesting that they view themselves as oblivious, nonsensical, and foolish, just as Ralph is. The lack of any mention of seeking help or treatment for these harmful thoughts suggests that the author has accepted the harmful thought patterns and does not believe that recovery is possible for them. A reader may conclude that the author views themselves in a negative light, which may fall under the category of a self-defeating humor style. If a reader viewing this post sees themselves within the content, the humor is being perceived through the identification function. User comments such as "no kidding" and "I feel that" suggest that users find this content to be relatable. My second example that you see is of a 3-paneled webcomic. At the top of the comic is a banner which reads, "Listen to your heart." In the comic, a girl discovers a door on her chest. When she opens the door and reveals her heart, it says, "Kill yourself." The viewer is likely to find the motivational phrase at the top of the image pleasant. When reading the heart's command, they are likely to be shocked and surprised, which can be described as a sudden increase in tension. If they find the comic humorous, they have viewed the image through relief theory. The style may be perceived as both forms of non-benevolent humor, both aggressive and self-defeating. The heart's command is not only hostile and cruel, but also harmful. This is a prime example of an aggressive humor style. This style of humor can also be seen as self-defeating, as it is part of the girl's own body wishing for her harm rather than an outside character. This post received over 16,000 notes, many of which are simple one-word replies such as me, mood, and feels, which suggests that the users relate to this content and are viewing the humor through the identification function. The third and final example is a text post framed as a dialogue between the user and the personified character of corona and self-isolation. The speaker says, I think that I'm actually making progress in overcoming my depression, when corona and self-isolation shares a smile. The speaker reacts by saying, guess I'll kill myself. The viewer may initially feel positive towards the author's hopeful mindset until the sudden mention of killing oneself. If the sudden increase in tension triggers a laugh, then the humor has been perceived through relief theory. The speaker considering suicide is a dramatic reaction to the smile from corona and isolation, especially after their original positive and hopeful mindset regarding their recovery. The author belittles their own progress and decides killing themselves is better than coping through a difficult situation, which allows this humor to be seen as self-defeating. Considering the global impact of coronavirus, it is plausible to believe that many users find this post funny because they relate to it. One user even wrote, "This is a huge same," which has a similar meaning to, "I relate heavily to this content." You may wonder how self-defeating humor seen through relief theory and the identification function can be characterized as harmful. All three examples are used to downplay the seriousness of the author's mental health symptoms, and the second and third example seemingly normalize the use of harmful and destructive language. Concerningly, each of these posts contains a tag which mentions suicide. Although the third example received the fewest notes, its content is the most worrisome. If the reader takes the time to read the tags associated with the content, they will read a literal cry for help among other concerning things. The user adds, hashtag, I know this is a joke, but I'm genuinely suffering. Hashtag, please help me, and hashtag suicidal thoughts. Posts on Tumblr are designed to be easily created, shared, and viewed by many. As demonstrated by the first example, these posts have the potential to be seen by thousands of people. A study conducted in 2017 on students in the United States found that 38% of students felt so depressed that it was difficult to function, and a worrisome 10% seriously considered suicide. Considering the young age of the Tumblr user base, there is a chance that the mental health-related content may be a factor contributing to what has been referred to as a student health crisis. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my argument, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this Strike a Spark conference.